Joining us now to continue the conversation, the president of Citizens United, David Bossie. David, great to have you with us. Just want to first start by asking you, what stands out to you in that report that we just shared from our correspondent, Logan Raddick, about Fetterman?
Wow, I just was watching the footage. That is startling imagery. To see a town that you've been mayor of for 13 years look that bad. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if that deserves a promotion. I mean, this is startling what I'm seeing right here. I had no idea. I mean, I know that he is a left-wing radical politician. I know that he is, got policy positions that are antithetical to a lot of Americans, but just the core competency of being a mayor. You would think that the one gentleman was talking about not attending the council meetings. And if you're not attending the council meetings and your town looks like that after you've been mayor for 13 years, and then the current mayor says she's never even had a conversation with him for continuity of government or for priorities or for budgets or agendas. How is this guy even in contention running for the United States Senate? I find it startling. That report was unbelievable.
Yeah, and also I want to go to this. A recent polling did show that a red wave might not happen. A recent NBC poll shows that on average, Republicans are just beating out Democrats. Of course, there's that margin of error. Why do you think the polls may be narrowing?
Well, let me just say, you don't believe the polling. These are the same people that said that Donald Trump was going to lose Wisconsin by 16 points the day before Election Day of 2020, and he lost just barely by 1 point. They did this in 2016 to President Trump. Polling is a narrative builder. They use polling data to affect campaigns and elections. That's what the mainstream media has resorted to. They use it to suppress conservative votes. So let me just put in perspective that on Election Day of 2020, the generic ballot, the number you just showed, that it was a D+7, meaning the Democrats were 7 points better off on the generic ballot on Election Day. Republicans picked up 14 seats. Today, most of the polling that I've seen that I trust show the Republicans at a +4 or +5. Which is a 11 or 12 point swing. If we picked up 14 2 years ago with the D+7, we're going to win a lot of seats on Election Day. There is going to be a wave. There's going to be a wave not only in the House, but in the United States Senate. In a year that we ought not be able to win the majority, we're going to win the majority in both the House and the Senate 2 Tuesdays from now.
I was going to say 2 weeks away. We'll see if your prediction comes through. David Bossie, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
No crooked establishment.
None of that
twisting the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
for real people.